and send those disgusting demons back to the depths where they belong!
Mira's tough girl persona has been covering a wound her family created. Derpy and Sussy aren't just spirit animals, they might have actually been human once. Every Saja Boy made their deal with Guima for a reason that matches their entire personality. Jinu's letter to Rumi was written in a style nobody has used in Korea for centuries, and the Saja Boys deliberately showed their demon marks to Huntrix because it was a calculated move to get free promotion. Here are the hidden details from K-pop demon hunters that change everything you thought you understood about these characters. Which Huntrix girl is most like you? Drop a purple heart for Mira, rose for Zoe, or tiger for Rumi right now. Number 1. Mira's real personality has been hiding behind the tough girl act. Everyone knows the Mira the world sees. Direct, fearless, says exactly what she thinks without softening it for anyone. That version of her is consistent across the entire film, and it's real, but it's not the whole picture. Watch her at the fan signing event. She's visibly irritated having Abby and Romance sitting right beside her. That part is obvious, but the second a fan walks up for her signature, something shifts. Her entire face changes, not a polished idle smile, something genuine underneath it, something that looks almost like relief. Then the airplane video call, Bobby patches fans in and one of them reveals a Huntrix tattoo. Rumi and Zoe both look visibly uncomfortable. Mira is the only one who lights up completely, no hesitation. Pure joy. Here's what that actually reveals. Mira grew up in a family where praise wasn't something she received, where acceptance wasn't guaranteed, and love came with conditions attached. She spent her entire childhood in an environment that made her feel like she was never quite enough. So when fans show up with nothing but unconditional devotion, no agenda, no expectations, Mira feels something she rarely had growing up. The tough exterior isn't a performance. It's armor she built to survive before she found people who actually showed up for her without needing anything in return. Number 2. Derpy and Sussy were actually human. From the beginning of the film, Derpy and Sussy are presented as Jinu's spirit animals. They follow him everywhere. They move freely between the demon world and the human world without restriction, and nobody ever questions why, until you actually think about it. Every other demon in this story is blocked by the hand moon. The barrier was built specifically to keep demons out of the human world, and it works on all of them, except Derpy and Sussy. They cross back and forth like the barrier doesn't exist for them at all, and then the final battle ends. The hand moon is restored. Every demon is either defeated or sealed away, and Derpy and Sussy are still there, completely unaffected, standing in the human world like nothing happened. That's not how demon rules work in this universe, which suggests they aren't operating under demon rules at all. Here's the detail that seals it. Before the final battle, Derpy brings Ginu the bracelet he got from Rumi, a genuine act of care and loyalty that goes far beyond what a regular spirit creature would do. That's the behavior of someone who understands love, who understands sacrifice, who has experienced enough of being human to recognize what those things mean. The theory that makes the most sense: Derpy and Sussy were human once, and their connection to Ginu runs deeper than anyone in the film ever stops to explain. Number 3. Why Abby's clothes have always been too small. Abby's entire wardrobe throughout the film is too tight, buttons bursting open, stomach exposed during the spicy sauce challenge, pants so low they're barely staying up during the slide scene. It seems like a character quirk, or just comedy. It's actually a continuity detail hiding in plain sight. Look at the Saja Boys as a group. Same height, roughly the same build, except Abby, who is noticeably bigger in frame than the rest of them. And Jinu's infiltration plan was put together fast. There was no preparation time, no individual tailoring, no careful selection, and this is where it gets even crazier. But before this gets revealed, share who your favorite Saja Boy is. Like this video if it's Abby, subscribe if it's Ginu, and comment the name if it's anyone else. So Ginu almost certainly bought the same size for everyone. For 4 of them, it fits fine. For Abby, it doesn't, and nobody had time to fix it before the whole operation was already in motion. But here's the detail that makes it even funnier. During the soda pop performance, Abby's shoes still have the price tag on them. Not removed, not hidden. Right there on the sole during one of the most watched performances in the film. He bought those shoes himself. Everything else, borrowed, shared, wrong size. Those shoes were the one thing he picked out, and he still forgot to take the tag off. Number 4. Every Saja Boy made their deal, for a specific reason. When Jinu approached Guima, he made one specific request.
What do you want? The memories. I want them erased.
Erase the painful memories he couldn't live with. That request told us everything about what broke him. But when the other Saja Boys joined, none of them said a word. No stated requests, no visible negotiations, which means whatever they wanted, Guima already knew, and already gave it to them before they even walked through the door, the same way Jinu already had his upgraded voice before the deal was ever formalized. So what did each of them actually want? Look at their personalities, and it becomes clear. Abby is obsessed with his physical appearance, someone who needed to be seen as perfect and was probably never told he was enough as he was. Baby behaves with an almost childlike innocence, someone who simply never wanted to grow up and lose the simplicity of being young. Romance's entire power set is built around making people fall for him, which is exactly what someone would ask for if all they ever wanted was to be genuinely loved. And Mystery never shows his face to anyone, which points to someone whose shame was so consuming that disappearing entirely felt easier than being seen. Guima didn't recruit them randomly. He found exactly the right wounds in exactly the right people, and he gave each of them the one thing they couldn't get on their own, which is why none of them needed to ask. Number 5. Every Saja Boy represents one of the 7 deadly sins. This one is hiding in the character design itself, and once you see it, the whole group reframes entirely. Jinu is envy, a poor street performer who watched others succeed and wanted what they had so badly he traded his humanity for it. Mystery is sloth, the most withdrawn member of the group, hidden behind a mask, disengaged from everyone around him, present but never really there. Abby is pride, cannot stop showing off, treats every situation as an opportunity to be admired. His entire personality is built around being the most impressive person in any room. Romance is lust. His power is attraction. His entire skill set is designed around making people want him. That's not just a character trait. That's the sin made literal. Baby is gluttony. Always eating, always hungry. Consumption as a default state. And Guima, the demon king who has been collecting human souls for centuries without stopping, is greed, an entity that has never once had enough and never will, which leaves one sin unclaimed: wrath. And the theory that's been building quietly suggests that sin wasn't given to a Saja Boy at all. It was passed down through blood, specifically through Rumi's father, a powerful demon whose rage became part of what Rumi inherited, surfacing every time she loses control and her demon side breaks through. Number 6. Jinu's letter was written 400 years in the past. After Jinu discovers Rumi is a demon, he sends her a letter via Derpy inviting her to meet him. Most people clock it as a sweet gesture and move on. Look at how the letter is actually written. The text runs vertically, top to bottom, a writing style that hasn't been in common use in Korea for centuries. Not something a modern person would default to, not something someone would choose to be stylistic. It's simply how people wrote during the Joseon dynasty, the era Jinu was alive in as a human. But that's not all. But before you know what's next, share what day you are watching this. Like this video if it's a weekend, subscribe if it's a weekday, and comment which day it is right now. And at the bottom right of the letter, there's a red stamp with his name on it, the formal method used to authenticate official documents hundreds of years ago, not something someone in the modern world would naturally think to do when asking for a casual meeting. Before Jinu ever told Rumi his story, before he explained who he used to be or how long he'd been alive, the letter itself was already showing her. Every stylistic choice in that document was a window into a person who stopped being fully modern the moment he made his deal. He's been carrying 400 years of habit in his handwriting the entire time, and most people read right past it. Number 7. The Saja Boys showed their demon marks on purpose. During the Soda Pop performance, Abby and Jinu both clearly display their demon marks where Huntrix can see them, and most people assumed it was either careless or unavoidable. It was neither. It was the plan. The moment Huntrix spotted those marks, they panicked, and panic made them predictable. They started following the Saja Boys everywhere, showing up at their TV appearances, monitoring their movements, keeping eyes on them constantly, which means Huntrix was now appearing alongside the Saja Boys in public, repeatedly, visibly. From the outside, that looked like an association, like two major groups moving in the same orbit, and fans noticed. After the fan signing event where both groups ended up together, the Saja Boys released a thank you video for their fans, and in that video, they specifically thanked Huntrix for their support. Direct quote, "We have to give a shout out to Huntrix. They didn't just survive Huntrix's suspicion, they weaponized it. Huntrix spent the whole time trying to monitor a threat, and accidentally gave that threat one of the most effective promotional campaigns in the movie's universe, completely for free." Number 8. Zoe's freeze and the Saja Boys choreography. During the golden rehearsal, the exact moment Rumi's voice breaks, both Mira and Zoe react with shock, but only Zoe does something unusual. She freezes mid-dance with both arms extended outward, a very specific physical position, and then the scene moves on and nobody references it again. Hold on to that image. Fast forward to the Saja Boys' final performance before the battle. Watch the choreography carefully. There's a specific move embedded in their routine that places the performers in the exact same position, arms out, frozen, that Zoe was in during that rehearsal moment. This isn't a coincidence of animation. That's not how deliberately crafted choreography works. Either the Saja Boys were watching Huntrix closely enough to embed details from their rehearsals into their own performance, which says something disturbing about how much surveillance was happening, or there's a deeper visual connection between these two moments that the film intentionally planted and left for viewers to find. Number 9. Zoe's face has been telling you she's not fully Korean. Everyone in this fandom knows Zoe grew up in America, but the assumption most people make is that she's ethnically Korean and just happened to be raised abroad. The Golden music video quietly challenges that. In the close-up shots of Zoe's face throughout the video, freckles are clearly visible, a detail that's easy to miss in motion but becomes obvious when you pause and look. Freckles aren't common for people of purely Korean heritage. It's a subtle but specific visual choice in a film where character design is never accidental. And then there's the scene in the same video where Zoe is being pulled in two directions simultaneously. A Korean background on one side, an American background on the other. Two hands holding her, one clearly female, one clearly male. But before you find out, share how many times you have watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Like this video if it's more than 1 time, subscribe if it's more than 3 times, and comment the exact number below. At the end of the scene, Zoe lets go of the American side, specifically the hand that reads as male. She didn't just choose Korea over America, she let go of her father's side, which suggests the split in her identity isn't just cultural, it's familial. And whatever her father represented or wherever he came from, she made a deliberate choice to release that part of herself and step toward the side of her identity connected to her mother. One scene in a music video, but it might contain everything the film ever intended to tell us about where Zoe actually comes from. Number 10. Zoe has a weird habit that can't be stopped. Have you ever noticed that Zoe has one strange habit she seemingly can't control? Everyone knows Zoe as the most energetic member of Huntrix. She's always supporting the girls, matching their energy, and bringing excitement wherever she goes. But there's something she does over and over again that most fans probably never noticed. Zoe copies the people around her. Remember when she saw Bobby dancing to Soda Pop? She instantly started doing the same moves. And when Rumi's demon patterns were revealed, Zoe immediately followed Mira's reaction and pulled out her weapon at almost the exact same moment. At first, it seems completely harmless, but there's actually something pretty disturbing about this habit. Before we get to that, which song is your favorite? Like the video if it's Golden, subscribe if it's Soda Pop, and comment the song name if it's another one. Now here's the scary part. Zoe isn't just an energetic girl. She's a hunter whose job is to help protect the entire world. So imagine if the wrong enemy discovered that she automatically mirrors what other people do. They wouldn't necessarily have to overpower her. They could simply make the first move. And if Zoe instinctively follows, they could potentially turn her own habit against her. That could be one reason she needs to stay close to the other members of Huntrix, because without them around, someone could use Zoe's own instinct against her. 10 characters with secrets the film hid in their handwriting, their wardrobes, their faces, and their choreography. Mira's armor, Derpy's humanity, Abby's price tag, every Saja Boy's specific wound, a letter written in a dead style, a calculated demon mark reveal, and a freeze frame that shows up twice across 2 different performances. Drop in the comments which one hit hardest, and which ones you already had before watching this. Subscribe for more breakdowns and see you in the next one.